everybody now I'm visible and audible?
Yes.
Okay. So, Om Shanti to everyone. Let's start the session. We yesterday class we talked about this, the Agni, Samagni, right? We talked about the Jataragni, types of the Agni, we talked about it. Then Trimala, we discussed about it. And then Ama, and we discussed about it. And Saptadhatu, today we're gonna go into the detail about the Saptadhatu. So I talked about it that any disease formed in your body is basically when Tridosha is imbalanced, you start having the Agni imbalance. Agni gonna cause the Ama, create the Ama in the body. Ama is like unripened, uncooked, substance in the body, which is not digestible, which is not absorbed by the body. It remain in your, like in the form of the fat in your body, like Saptadhatu, the part of, if the ama mix in your joint, it will give you the joint related inflammation, autoimmune disease, cancer, and vitiligo. If ama go into your deeper tissue, it causes the very fatal problems. If it remain in your stomach, you get the indigestion, heartburning related issues. So most of the problem, generated by because of amma is, produce lot of amma started producing in the body. It's like toxin, undigested food, undigested, which remain in your body, and mala is affected, properly not coming out, and so waste remain in your body, and then it converted into the poison, and it give you the many problems. It go into your mind, it goes into your liver, it goes into your kidney, so you will get the fatty liver. It goes into your kidney, it gives you the stone in the kidney or gallbladder stone. So if it stuck into your heart vessels, so cardiovascular disease you get obesity because of the ama, you get the arthritis because of the ama, you get many diseases because of the ama. So this much is clear that how everything is linked, right? So because agni is imbalanced, because food is not properly absorbed and digested by your body, so ama would be created. And trimala is also affected. Your waste is not coming out from the body. So the waste, undigested food which is coming out from the waste, again gonna disturb, and then ama, uh, you know, uh, produce remain in your body for longer period of time, and it remain in the longer period of time. You get the many diseases, like different form of the disease. Okay, this much you understood, right? Everybody, till here any doubt? The concept should be clear.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now we come to the Saptadhatu. Saptadhatu, we talked about the Ras, Rakta, Mamsa, Medha, Asti, Majja, and Shukra, which we call Dhatu also. So 7 types of the Dhatu made of the food. These Dhatu made of the food. So first, understand your whole body structure, whatever even you can see, which is visible to you, your fingers, your eyes, your nose. It's called Anmaya Kosh, right? Anmaya. So I'm not going to talk about the rest of the kosha. The first layer of your body, that is the Anmaya Kosh. Uh, Anmaya Kosh means food, gross body. Anmaya Kosh means gross body, right? This gross body is made of the food. Whatever food you are giving to your system, that's your body is made of. Your cell, your DNA, your tissues, your organs, your skeleton system, your muscular system, your digestive system, excretory system, all the system of your body is made of the food. Clear? So food play very important role. So Saptadhatu, how it's, the procedure of making this Saptadhatu. So when you have the food, you ate the food. Now, first thing, the food become the ras. Ras means liquid substance, some kind of liquid substance. After you digested, you eat the food, you chew the food properly, it goes into your stomach. Certain enzymes are produced by your body, then it converted into the chyme, a kind of mixture, liquid substance, rasa. That rasa first made out of the food. Then rasa, this is the uncooked rasa, right? Uncooked. Rasa gonna ripen, it takes 5 days. When after 5 days of the rasa, the body gonna absorb the rasa and convert the rasa into the rakta. Rakta matlab blood. Now rasa become the blood. After 5 days, it takes 5 days for rasa, which gonna ripen and cooked properly through your agni, in the agni procedure of the agni, jathar agni. Then it become the rakta, the blood of your body. Then after 5 days, the rakta would be converted into the mans. It means muscles tissues, okay, which we call fatty tissue, right? That would be become after 5 days. When rakta become, after it will take 5 more days to become the mans. Then med, another 5 days, the ma become the med, the fats. It's become the deposit of the fats, these things which we accumulated in your belly, accumulated on your hip, that become after 5 days. So another 5 days, when made, took 5 days to become made, mass become take the 5 days to become the main. Then another 5 days it will take to become the asti. Asti matlab bones. Another 5 days it will take to become the asti. The bones will become, the bone cells gonna become. Then asti become majja. Another 5 days it will take. Asti become majja. Another 5 days it will take. And then last is dhatu, semen or ovum of the reproductive area of female and the male area. Another 5 days it will take. So 40 to 45 days you get your semen and in the male and ovum in the female. So more than 1 month it will take to absorb the nutrition fully. And we eat daily, right? 3 times of the meal. One food is not digested properly, it will take 1 month. More than 1 month to simply convert the nutrition into the finest energy, that is the semen. Semen will take more time. And how we are living our life, we are wasting the semen like that, indulging into the lustful activity. So very much important, if you understand this procedure, how one by one the Saptadhatu is formed in your body. It takes more than 1 month to become your muscles, to become your blood. 5 days after even rasa fully cooked, in your body, fully absorbed in your body, then rakta will come. Any one of the procedure would be disturbed. Any one of the procedure would be disturbed because of the tridosha, accumulation of the ama. You get the disease like diabetic, thyroid, arthritis, sinus problem. So major problem you will get because the whole procedure you're gonna disturb, and then it gonna delay. But we don't stop having the food. We eat 3 times of meal. First meal is not digested, and immediately we are taking the another meal. It be converted into the ama. It become the poison in the body. Even the normal food, whatever food you are taking, it considered to be a poisonous. If one food is not properly digested and you are having, have you seen the animals around you? A snake, ajgar, the anaconda. He eats only once in a month. Until unless he's not, his food is not properly digested, or they do the, vomiting after it. If the food is not digested, they vomit. They take it out. And then they go for the another, uh, you know, they could start finding the food, another kind of food. But how we are living our life, we are just feeling, and then we blaming that we are not healthy, we are not having the, we feel lethargic, we feel lazy, we feel sleepy, we feel you know lack of the energy in our body. Why? Because of the wrong pattern of eating. So very much important to convert this fine energy to follow, to understand this procedure. You have to know about this thing, that sapta dhatu, which is formed by, after digestion, after the assimilation of the food, your sapta dhatu is created. This gonna affect it when you are choosing the wrong dietary pattern. And then one of the sapta dhatu, for example, your fat would be accumulated in the body lot. Obesity, that is a form of dharma. Obesity is the cause of the many diseases. You get the blockage of the artery, you maybe get the knee problems, you will get the diabetic issues, kidney stones. So many problems you will get, constipation you will get. So one of the things, even for example, your blood, hypertension, the pressure of the blood increase, lower down or increase. It's going to affect the whole system of the body, your heart, your kidney, your liver, your breath even. One of the dhatu gonna imbalance, because the dhatu would be directly connected with the dosha. Agni, and Agni is imbalanced, then Ama you would be having, Ama you are having, your dhatu would be gonna imbalance. And that's how you get the, impotency. Semen counts are weak because wrong diet pattern. The cause of imbalance, it could be many. The wrong dietary pattern, lack of the sleep, stress, lack of the activity, longer period of time, the sitting posture, like those who are doing the corporate job, no meditation, no yoga, they're living their life full of the stress. It's gonna create dharma in your body. It's gonna disturb your saptadhatu. So Have you understand this concept of the Saptadhatu? So, Tridosha, Agni, Ama, Trimala, and then Saptadhatu. One problem, everything gonna imbalance. Though daily you are having the your body generates the few amounts of the ama which completely come out through the waste system. But because of the some people in under depression, they start overeating and they get the constipation. These would be still you can cure it, but if ama go into the deeper tissue, autoimmune disease you will get, and there is hardly any cure of the autoimmune disease. No cure, especially in the allopathic. There is no cure of the cancer, no cure of the vitiligo, no cure even for the asthma, thyroid. So there's many problems you will get. But this concept is clear to everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Any doubt till here? So shall we move further?
So what diet pattern like properly one should follow?
We come to that, don't worry.
Okay.
When we're gonna
Okay.
talk about the Mitahar concept. First, we are talking about understanding the disease, right? How disease formed in your body. When you understand, then we're looking for the solution. Don't worry.
Okay.
Come to the solution also.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, now write it down, the Sapta Prakriti. I'll write it down for you. Sapta Prakriti explained by Maharishi Chara in Charak Samhita. Okay. I'm also giving the reference. Uh, so write it down Va, first Prakriti, then Pit, second Kapha, third Va, and Pit. Fourth Va and Kaph, Kapha. Fifth Kap and Pit. Sixth and last seven Va, Pit, and Kap. So seven. Other terms you can write it down Moola Prakriti. Mool Prakriti, you should write it down separately, okay, in order to understand. Once you're done, let me know. We're gonna explain about these things. Okay, good. So, Sapta Prakriti. Sapta means seven. Prakriti means nature. Seven personalities, you can understand. Okay, there is a seven personality of this world. We're gonna talk about this planet. Maybe there is a parallel world, but we're not gonna talk about that thing. But this world, this earth, there's a seven types of the Prakriti, the human beings, seven types of the personality. Okay, so seven types of the personality. First is a Vata Pitta, second is a Pitta, third is a Kapha, fourth Kapha Pitta, Kapha Vata, and then third, last one is the Vata Pitta and Kapha. Three are the, you know, single Prakriti. Single Prakriti means the Eka Prakriti. Three, next three are the Dvij Prakriti. Dvij means the two combination personality, which we call combination personality. The last one, the three Prakriti, it means the three, all three guna is there. So these are the, different categories of the Prakriti. But before going into the one by one, we're going to explain about it. You have to understand what actually Prakriti means. Okay? And the Moola Prakriti, which that word, Moola Prakriti, what actually it means. So we all are born with certain qualities, certain characteristics. I am Durgesh. Yes. I have certain qualities. I have certain type of structure. My features, my eyes, my nose, my lips, my hands, my hair make me different from the other human being. Yes or no? I have different kind of, nature also. Nature, how to talk, how to walk. These, though you can change by doing the practice, but you're born with certain characteristics which you cannot change. That called Mula Prakriti. How you get this Mula Prakriti? Mool Prakriti, which make you, which you born with it. Okay, Mula Prakriti means permanent Prakriti, permanent nature, your permanent nature, your permanent structure, which cannot change. Although by using the plastic surgery, you can change your nose, your eyes, or whatever, that is a different thing. But you cannot change your structure, right? Your body structure, the nature, how, make you. This you cannot change. So, Mula Prakriti, you're born with it. And how you get this Mula Prakriti? From your parents. semen of your father and ovum of your mother. So Prakriti of your parents, of the climate, which climate have you seen? Those who live in European countries, they have different skin color, a different structure, eyes, body height, body structure, frame. Why Chinese people call Chinese? Because they have different climate, different structure. So North Indian, South Indian, African, European, Japanese, Chinese. Why these are the Chinese? Why? Because of the climate, their climate. Your parents, your parents are living, the climate which gonna affect their prakriti. Remember how the climate, the season, and which age they are. It's all gonna affect you. All factors gonna count at the time you conceived in your mother womb. And then your ancestor, generation to generation, the gene is going on, passing the gene. Your parents. So you get all the traits, you get all the attributes, all the quality of the generation to generation. And this is the quality of each and every species. We pass this coding to the next generation. Yes or no? A human cell can develop only the human cell, right? It cannot be become the cow cell, dog cell, or the bird cell. No, it cannot be possible. The human cell coding is so perfect that once you conceived in the mother womb, you become the human being, no matter what she is eating, because the coding is so perfect. So how the cells get the coding? Because it passes from generation to generation, many generations, which cannot be changed. Biological change cannot be happen. This is a fully developed human being, biologically fully developed. Psychologically, yes, very little, but biologically fully developed. And how it's happened from generation to generation. That's is the factor which give you the Mula Prakriti, your eyebrows, your eyes, everything decided in the womb of your mother. Everything. Because you become you because of your ancestor, because of your parents' habit, because of your Prakriti of your grandparents, the climate, Prakriti, all the surrounding, which that's make you you. And the past life also. Yes, if you don't, it doesn't matter you believe it or not. But if you have, if even you don't want to neglect it, you don't want to believe in the past life or rebirth or reincarnation, that's okay. But this is the one of the other factor also which make you you. Your past make present. That's it. Simple way I gonna explain. Your past make your present. Whatever past you are having it, many lives or one life or two life or three life, doesn't matter. We don't know. But your past action make your present, affect your present. Mm. And your present make the future. Simple concept. So Mula Prakriti, it said that it cannot be changed. Very wonderfully explained by the Maharishi Charak that Mula Prakriti cannot be changed. If it gonna change, it means you are more closer to the death. This is said by the Maharishi Charak. You're more closer to the death if it gonna change. Which prakriti gonna change? Temporary prakriti, asthai prakriti. This is a sthai prakriti, asthai, two types of sthai and asthai. Asthai matlab temporary. Temporary prakriti gonna change, which affected by the climate. The moment you born, you have the physical attributes, physical structure. This is not gonna change throughout the life. Yes, the nose remains same, the lips remain same, eyes remain same. Wrinkles you will get because of the degeneration of the cells. But again, if you're practicing the yoga, you can delay that thing also. That's a different thing. But the sthai prakriti which make you, it's not gonna change. The sthai prakriti which affected by when you travel, again it's gonna change. What kind of food you are having, again your prakriti gonna change. For example, if you eat the spicy food, right? A chili, immediately you feel the heat, right? Because the prakriti affected by the outside prakriti, the food. Then when there is a heat outside, there is a summer, the heat is affecting your body. Everybody feel the hot. Everybody gonna feel the heat. So, but Pitta Prakriti people feel more heat. Kapha people gonna feel less heat. That is the scenario. But everybody gonna feel the heat. So here that asthai prakriti which gonna change according to the outside climate, temperature of the outside, the diet, what is your lifestyle, are you active or lazy or lethargic, that's all gonna affect your asthai prakriti, which can keep on changing. For example, another, a kapha people are more lazy than the pitta people gonna lazy but sometimes, but kapha daily feel lazy. In winter, nobody's want to do activity, right? Even the pitta people, they are super duper active. But in winter, they feel little bit lazy. But kapha, they are super lazy. So are you understanding that how the outside environment, the diet, even particular kind of food you are having it, that make you more lazy, give you more activity, like coffee if you are drinking, instant coffee you are taking, instant energy you will get. It's happened to everyone. But pitta get very quickly instant energy. Kapha get the energy, but little bit. But energy everybody will gonna get it. So that's the concept of the asthai and sthai prakriti. This much is clear to everyone. Any doubts you have? Any difficulty? Any questions here?
Yes, clear.
Now, write it down the first prakriti. So you're born with certain types of nature, right? Which we cannot change. But there's were types, 7 types, Sapta Prakriti. 7 types of the personality of this world. The very first personality, that is a Vata. Vata personality. So write it down, the Vata personality, physiological structure of the Vata personality. Physiological structure of the Vata personality. So physiological structure of the Vata personality, their body would be thin, bony, small, framed, and very difficult to gain the weight. Basically, they have the lean body. Lean body. Their hair would be dry, wavy, rough. And split end, mostly they have the split end, dandruff, and easily they get the hair fall issues. Eyes, their eyes would be small, dry, sleepy, and the white part of the eye, the white area of the eyes would be a little bit patchy. The eyelashes would be less. Their skin, they have normal to dry skin. Skin would be thin. The layer of the skin would be thin. पतली skin बोलते ना जिसको. Rough, dry, cool body. The temperature of their body mostly have cool, like हाथ पैर ठंडे बोलते ना जैसे जिसके हाथ पैर. Hello. Yeah. So mostly like feet and palm should be cold. Skin mostly dull, dry, dusky, wrinkled, and dehydrated. Now write it down. The psychological characteristic of the Vata personality. Psychological characteristic of the Vata personality. So psychological characteristic, their action, they talk very fast, walk even also fast. They speak loud. The mind would be, they easily learn the things, but quickly forget. So short-term memory, no? Gajni, kind of Gajni. There is a one character of the movie who forget the things. He is having the short-term memory. So more like that. Absent-minded, quickly learn, quickly forget. Mind mostly restless. Sorry. The mind mostly restless, overthinking. And because of overthinking, they have mostly insomnia, cannot fall easily into the sleep. keep dreaming lot if again they fall into the sleep. So their sleep also disturbed, often worried, nervous, doubtful, बहुत शक्की होते हैं. Jealous and doubtful, suspicious. Weather reaction. अच्छा ऐसे लोग they do very good, their body behave very, they feel good good about when there is a hot in the environment, heat in the environment. They don't enjoy the cold weather. They feel very cold. So for ideal environment for the Vata people, if you are, somehow, basically you are not, you don't become the yoga therapist or yoga therapist or Ayurvedic doctor after finishing this course. But generally, when we give the treatment, we also understand that which climate they are staying. Accordingly, we give the treatment to them. Okay, because they don't, Vata would be aggravated when they are living in the cold climate. So accordingly, we have to give the treatment for them. But Vata would be, under the control when climate is warm. So climate also play very important when you give the treatment of the balancing the three dosha. Now problems, what kind of problems they face? I think tomorrow we will talk about it. So remind me also. Okay, I'll also keep in my mind. But tomorrow we're gonna talk about the problems of the Vata Prakriti. But till here, everything is clear. Any doubt? Any difficult? Any question related to the physiological and psychological characteristic of the Vata Prakriti?
It's clear.
Good. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about the problems related to that and solution. Don't worry, solution we also gonna talk about it coming session. So Mangal ho, Om Shanti. Meet you at meditation class. Bless you. Bye bye. Take care.
Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye, dear.